What are the kingdoms of living things? Well, the kingdoms of living things are Animalia, Plantae, Fungi, Protista, Archaea, and Bacteria. That's a lot of ideas. These different kingdoms are groups of organisms that have some similarities. Let's start out with Animalia. That one's the easiest one to explain because those are animals, and it happens to be my favorite. Now, let's look at the plants. Plants, of course, are things that don't really have the brains like an animal would have, but they do photosynthesize and they provide food for, well, the planet. My very favorite, the fungi. Here we have an example of fungi. Right here are the mushrooms, the fruiting bodies of a fungus. And this fungus would have a lot of mycelium and mass down below. The domain Protista, these are very small animals that are single-celled, unicellular, like a bacteria is as well. But Protista also are a little more like animals, though they aren't animals because they're that one single cell. They can move around often, they eat things, and they, well, have to relieve themselves, relieve waste. But the thing that sets them apart from a bacteria is protists have lined organelles. That means the DNA is all stored within a nucleus that has a lining around it and holds it together in the center of the cell somewhere. Archaea are bacteria that live in really wild places. They can live in extremely salty conditions, extremely hot conditions, conditions like at the bottom of the ocean where there's a lot of pressure, maybe a lot of heat coming out of a thermal vent, and a lot of gases like sulfur and other things that are just not good. Nothing else could survive in some of these places except for Archaea. They come in lots of different kinds. Most Archaea are not dangerous to people because they only live in those extreme environments. They can't live in places that seem very hospitable to you and I. They have to live in those hard to live in places. Bacteria, like these Archaea, are things that are very small to see. But lucky for you, I got a big bacteria hiding under the desk. Just a second, he's in here somewhere. There he is. Oh, my favorite little bacteria. This is a Campylobacter bacteria. That's the bacteria that provides you with diarrhea. And so this little guy can make you pretty sick. Archaea, they don't make you sick because they live in those extreme conditions. Bacteria, they'll make you sick.
You've been watching the short versions of Science Foundations. We have full lab videos that can be streamed on our Patreon page or downloaded from our online store. Use the links below to access them. Buy the entire set of 75 episodes of Science Foundations, or just one episode or season at a time as you need them. In addition to the lab videos, we provide you with accompanying educational resources, such as PDF fillable student study guides and teacher guides filled with glossary terms, study guide key answers, suggested home experiments, and field trip ideas. We're constantly adding new resources, such as coloring pages and word finds. We're here to help your students get the most from these great episodes. Get all of them on our Patreon page or our online store.